went to Turkey in March 2023. I've been trained to respond to humanitarian disasters.
A few years ago she approached me about this yearning she had to go and provide humanitarian aid.
If I was asked, I was going to go.
Really proud of her when she got the calling.
We was in a farmer's field. It was very muddy. We had one-man tents. We had 4 toilets and 1 cold shower between 50 or 60 of us. But it wasn't a problem, to be honest. We was living there for 3 weeks. That's it, 3 weeks, and we were going home. The people of Turkey that was in that affected area was going to be living in that and are still living in that environment now. It was a very, very small sacrifice to make.
She is one of the most caring, kindest, compassionate, selfless people I have ever met.
My role was primary care. The situation was that the local hospitals and clinics were all mostly damaged and unusable. Many of the local doctors and nurses were injured or killed. There was a real need for medics to step in, for nurses and doctors. On the way to Kahramanmaraş, where we were based, I couldn't believe the devastation. Buildings crumbling on their sides. There was just big holes where buildings used to be.
Cherie's just the personification of nursing at its very best. She's just amazing, fearless, caring, so very, very giving of herself and so humble. And she puts everybody else before herself all the time.
A typical day would start very early. As soon as the sun came up, I was out of that tent. We get our vans ready with all of our equipment and our medical supplies, our medications. We'd have a briefing and off we'd go to the villages. We were outside in school playgrounds, even in bus shelters sometimes. That was all that was left, basically, a bus shelter. So we'd set up our little tables and our chairs and we had our little screens. And as soon as the imam put the call out, people came, and if it was for a relative that had been injured in the rubble, we would go to the patients' houses and see them in their houses and manage their wounds, lots of respiratory conditions and infections. So we would provide antibiotics and painkillers, do dressings. It was, a very wide range of things. Some people just wanted to speak to us. Some people just wanted to tell us about their experiences. That was quite harrowing for us to listen to, but, we needed to hear it, they needed to tell us, and they needed just someone to listen, and we was that listening ear. And some days they would just come just to chat and we'd laugh.
Cherie's colleagues think she is brilliant for being so brave and putting herself right out of her comfort zone to go and help people who need her help in such difficult circumstances at the worst time of their life.
It was Ramadan when we were there, and they were fasting throughout the day. And it was very hot, so with respect to their culture, we didn't eat or drink while we were there. That was the right thing to do.
So many nurses have been inspired, so many nurses have talked about whether they can go and help with global initiatives, what they can do to try and share our brilliant nursing practice across the globe.
I'm very motivated about providing care for people that in most need. That motivates me and that spurs me on. When I see somebody that's suffering, or I know that I can support them, I've got the skills. Caring comes very naturally to me. It's a very small sacrifice. It's nothing really. It's just something I enjoy doing and I get so much from it. I came back totally invigorated, totally motivated, and so proud of working in the NHS. So proud of being a member of UK Med. I learned so much from clinicians over in Turkey, from the local clinicians, from doctors from Canada. I like to stay in the background. I love being a nurse. I love patient care. I don't like being in the forefront of anywhere. But I was very proud to be nominated by my trust for a humanitarian award. I'm just so proud of that. We don't go into it to be recognised. We go into it because we really care. And so to me, going to Turkey and being on deployment is all the reward that I needed. It was just an experience I will never forget. Within my team, I'm the expert. I know everything I need to know about what I'm doing. I'm going into a completely different area with people I don't know. That was the kind of little niggling fear. But when I got there, the team were amazing. UK Med team were amazing. It's the NHS. It's what we do. It's what we do best. It's caring for patients.